One of the first dilemmas you have to think about when making a 3D version of an old tile-based 2D game is how to handle the collision. For example, the very first obstacle in the first level of Bionic Commando is a barrel just in front of you. And you can't walk past this barrel, but if you use your arm, you can just swing right through it actually. And doing this kind of things in a realistic 3D physics engine is quite messy because the player would just collide with it and he would bounce off and everything would be quite random. We ended up using basically the same kind of technology they used in the good old days. The swing mechanic is almost 100% based on the original, so it's totally physically incorrect. You always swing with the same angle, and when you jump off a swing, you always get the same speed, no matter what length your rope is or when you release in the swing. You always get the slightly upwards jump.
Everybody gets really excited when you talk about weapons or working on weapons for a game. It's been a lot of fun with these weapons because, again, Jakob, our concept artist and art director, designed really unique weaponry. But again, they are very low poly, so we had to keep it simple and make sure the silhouettes actually became the most important part of the game, so that each one looked uniquely different to the player while still being cool. We try to bring something fun for the players, that's for sure.
The weapons in the original game, they weren't that well balanced. On area 5, which is probably like the third area that you clear, you get the rocket launcher, and then you use that for the rest of the game, except for the areas where you have to use another weapon. You can only, in the original, you can only bring one weapon into an area, and then you're stuck with that weapon. So we wanted to balance that out, make all the weapons useful in some way, always, and also encourage the player to use more, different weapons. So you bring all the weapons at all times. You have all the weapons with you. You can switch weapons at any time. Different weapons are effective against different enemies. Some weapons are, not effective at all, and then you need to switch to another type of weapon to take that enemy out. So there's a tactical aspect to the game that we've added that wasn't in the original game.
One thing with the original that was interesting was the dialogue with the bosses. When you enter a boss room, you see this small communication between the boss and Spencer, although he never replies. The boss says something, it's a monologue where the boss says something humiliating. That's something that we felt being really had a lot of potential, that we wanted to develop into a more element that could,
bring some more attitude and kind of highlight who Spencer is. And then our producer from within Capcom, Ben Judd, came with the idea that we could have some artists from within Capcom do the comic panels. They actually managed to get Toshiaki Mori, which is this really talented artist.
Yeah, illustrator artist.
Quite well known.
Yeah, I did the sketches for the comic panels, posing the characters in dramatic poses, really trying to get some sort of
manic expressions.
Yeah, really over the edge kind of expressions. And Mori-san did the renders, the fully rendered illustrations, which are shown in game and are incredible.
In addition to the fact that you can play the single-player campaign by yourself, you can also play it together with a friend. There's no friendly fire. There's just kind of party playing crazy, busting through the levels, shooting the enemies. The behavior of the boss has also changed so that you are required to cooperate and really work together to exploit the boss's weak spot to beat it. So we had 2 people playing cooperative. Why not add 2 more and give the players the ability to play 4 people against each other, swinging around in an enclosed arena, battling it out in deathmatch with their bionic arms and weapons. And it makes a great party game. It's a typical Bionic Commando moment when you fall down towards a pit and you throw your arm out in the last split second and catch yourself. You feel like an action hero in a movie. And we built a multiplayer mode on top of, that entire aspect of the game. Don't touch the floor is what it's called. The only thing that kills people is the bottom. You won't kill your opponents with your weapon, but you can push them around and try to make them fall over the edges of the platforms.
Our love for the original game is something that we really adore the original, and to be able to work on the remake for this great game is really good. It feels like a great honor.
Yeah, we had a blast making the game, and I think that really shows in Bionic Commando Rearmed. And what I feel is the most fun is that we get the chance to reintroduce the game to mankind.
No, to the people that didn't play the original game and maybe wasn't even born when the original came out. So
that feels good.
That feels good.